What's going on, guys? This is Pasta Boss, and also Grift and Akira-chan with me here today. Grift98 is his Twitch. Go ahead and follow him, please. And we have Baroner25. That's his Twitch name. That's Akira-chan. Say what's up, guys.
Hey, what's up?
So we are here today to talk about what we are going to see in Blizzcon 2018. So our first prediction for BlizzCon, or what we want to see in BlizzCon 2018, is basically a classic beta. Okay, so Griff, you came up with this idea, so let's hear what you guys say about this.
Right. So Blizzard has already said that if you buy the virtual ticket, they're going to give you a quick demo of Classic. And they've already given out a lot of the details on that. Like, it's going to be 4 levels, Westfall, and the Barrens. It's just going to be a quick little glimpse at it. I think that because of the fact that they already have a demo for it, I feel like at BlizzCon they're going to announce a beta sometime early next year.
Yeah, do you have anything that you want to see from Classic, like, be brought back? Like, in its entirety? Obviously you want the graphics to change, right? Like, you want the original graphics. How do you feel about that?
I think the new graphics is fine. It's actually more cost effective using the new one versus the have to go back to the old code and stuff. Because it'll take longer for the game to come out.
Yeah, I agree on that.
I feel like if they put an option to use the older graphics, that'd probably be fine.
Yeah, I agree on that.
People who want these.
Okay, let's get to our next topic. This will be number 9. So basically, Chris, you said Diablo 4. What are you hoping to see from BlizzCon on Diablo 4?
I'm hoping to see it because it's been a lot of speculations and rumors lately that they may just announce it finally because they've released it literally on every console that there is, minus Steam, of course. And honestly, I want to see it because I got hooked on it on the third one by one of my friends, and I was really interested. I'm thinking, I wonder if they'll ever make a 4th one. And it seems that they're probably going to announce it at this BlizzCon because last year there was no Diablo information at all. So I'm thinking they must have had something up their sleeve for number 4 coming out maybe sometime within the next couple of years.
Is there anything from Diablo 3 that you would like to see active in Diablo 4 if it does come true?
I like it to be less grind torture just for a single piece of gear, and please bring back the auction house because that doesn't use real money, just uses gold, and you can't buy gold at all. You just have to earn it yourself. I would love to see that back because that's the one feature I love that they brought in from WoW into.
Well, I got a question for that actually because I've been seeing a lot of speculation on Diablo 4 too. What kind of game do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to keep the RPG elements, or do you think they're going to turn it into an MMO?
You know, I'm thinking they might actually go full throttle and go for an actual MMO. That'd be just in case WoW starting to slip. They like,
I would like to see that. I would like to see World of Diablo. Like that would be really cool.
Well, yeah, they have the lore, the backstory. They have some big characters, and they already have a bunch of classes they can stick in there.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next subject. Okay. So, number 8, allied races. Now, Chris, you were the one that suggested this one, or Griff, you suggested this? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Griff.
I suggested it.
All right. So, what are you hoping to see from more allied races? Can you give us some examples, or give us one example? Yeah.
Definitely ones that we've been interacting with a lot. One of the ones I definitely would like to see pop up is probably... I know this is going to sound weird, but I'd actually like to see the Drust.
You'd like to see the Drust? Yeah, I agree on that. I'd like to see the Sethrak pop in there.
I mean, well, I said the Drust because the Prodigal Tears questline already proved to us that there are good Drust.
Yes.
And if they've seen the problems that are going on, maybe they'd want to ally themselves with Cultirians.
Yes, I agree. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I would like to see that.
You'd like to see a Drust? Do you have any other suggestions to see for allied races?
I think the Vulpin might be showing up.
Vulpera? Now, I heard a rumor that Vulpera is going to be Horde. How do you feel about that?
They deserve the furry.
Okay. So my suggestion for allied races is going to be the mechanomes. Now the reason I say mechanomes is because there is a dungeon coming out in 8.1 that is Gnomergon. It's a pet battle dungeon. There's a bunch of mechanical pets coming out. So I'm kind of thinking, why would Blizzard bring Gnomergon as a pet battle dungeon and not bring a mechanome allied race for the Alliance? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If there is a mechanome that's coming in the game, I will make a mechanome. For real. Like, that's awesome.
But then there's the question: does Blizzard really want an army of Mimorons moving around?
Well, it's either a mechanome or a junker gnome. So half mecha, half human kind of deal.
What about leper?
A leper gnome? No, I don't see that really fitting in. Let's get on to the next subject. I don't want to go off subject here. Okay, so number 7, tier sets returning. Now, Chris, you suggested this. Now, me and you both hold a mutual feeling about this, that we hate Azerite armor, we hate the way it works, miss tier sets. Me, on the other hand, I'm more on the appearance side of things. Like, I feel like if you're gonna take something out of the game that is like a big part of the game, like appearances and stuff and tier sets, like just out on the whim, take it out of the game. It's just kind of bullshit, you know. I don't want to look like a paladin. I don't want to look like a DK. I don't want to look like a warrior. I want to look like a warrior and no one else look like me, you know.
I feel bad for like demon hunters. They just got introduced last expansion, and now
exactly.
they only have a few.
Well, I have an actual idea here that might work if Blizzard decides to go in that direction. A tier set, but the set bonuses are Azerite traits.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I thought they were gonna do. That's what I thought they were gonna do, but it turned out they were gonna do aware sets. So in turn, you guys very well know what all deer spawned, and it's complete shit. So, I mean, like, I'm sorry, Blizzard, if you're watching this, it's complete shit. We don't like it. Please change it back to what it was in vanilla, back to what it was in BC, back to what it was in Wrath, back to what it was in Cataclysm, back to what it was in Mob, back to what it was in freaking Warlords, back to what it was in Legion. Since day one. We like the system. Don't change it. Get rid of Azerite armor. Thank you. Okay, next subject. Heritage armor. Now, I believe Chris suggested this? Or was
No,
it
that
Griff?
was me.
Okay, so Griff, let's hear what your thoughts are on this.
Well, I mean, all the allied races so far have a heritage armor set. So all the like the Dark Iron Doors, and those heritage armors, from what I've seen, look fucking badass. They look great. I would love to see those for different races, like the races we already have in the game, like a human set, a night elf set, a goblin set. Even. I just feel like whatever they could do with it would be really, really neat.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. What I really want to see in the game is a freaking Night Elf heritage armor. That I've been playing a Night Elf since day one on the game in March of 09. That's when I started. Okay, so to see a Night Elf heritage armor would be so nostalgic to me. It'd be so amazing, and like they did with the allied races, I want to see them make heritage mounts as well. Like actually go in depth with making heritage mounts. You know what I mean? Like, go in depth with making mounts for each race, not just transmogs.
I'm a little iffy on that one because then I feel like the human one. I might be biased since I play humans mostly. I feel like the human one would just be a recolor pony.
Yeah. Chris, what are your thoughts on the heritage armor?
They need to be iconic. They can't be just like blah. They have to make it like someone sees it and they're like, I gotta raise a
kind of like
max.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but kind of like what they did with the what am I thinking of here? The Argent tournament mounts. They had the class, they had the colors of the city and of the races and everything, but they didn't put too much in depth into the mounts. Like, I'd like to see a more in depth thing with like a heritage mount. Like, when you see that mount, you know that that's a human mount. You know that that's a freaking gnome mount. Like, you know. Because when you see it, it just screams it. Alright, let's move on.
Yeah.
Faction mounts. What is this now?
Now, this is something I think it should be like a mount that expresses the faction, like what it is and all, how important it is and how it can be adapted into the game and all, like something that makes it so unique. You're like, I want to play for that faction because that mount is actually so kick-ass.
Yeah, well, what are the suggestions you have for this, Chris? We're doing a video, Fred. Welcome.
No, you're fine, guys. Just listening in.
Yeah, all good. So
like,
go ahead,
for
Chris.
Alliance, I've always wanted their damn battle tanks.
Yeah, I agree. Like the siege engines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree on that. All right, so.
Well, I just got a quick question. Like,
sorry, Grift.
How do you think this should be attainable, Chris? Like, what should be the parameters for obtaining these faction mounts?
I think it should be a combination of all things. You have to gather parts from a raid. You have to gather parts from different professions just to make it one thing. You turn into a vendor, and when you do it, he creates your faction mount.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that's good. Then it makes you play a more broad aspect of the game instead of just doing world quests or doing PvP. Or it makes you go around to the different parts of the game.
I didn't expect Fred to enter here, guys. This is Chaotic Sun, by the way. So everybody say hello to him. That's Chaotic Sun.
I feel like another option could be a reputation level with all of the major Alliance cities. So like if you go all the way back to the classic tab, you can see like Darnassus, Exodar, Alias, Nomergon, Ironforge, Stormwind, Canvas.
Alright, let's. I don't want to spend too much time on the subject. Sorry. Alright, so full sets for island expeditions. Now this is what I want to see. So basically, I feel if I'm gonna waste 500k on a full set on island expeditions, I want it to be in the damn set list. I want it to be as a complete set in the set list. And I also want matching cloaks for the island expeditions, too. For the tier sets. While we're on the same subject of island expeditions, I would like to see more mounts added. And more mounts to be bought by doubloons, instead of depending on an RNG chance to get a mount. So, basically, you guys have any thoughts on this subject?
But building onto that, I feel like the set should be more obtainable, because like right now basically the sets are RNG chance from killing certain mobs in the island expedition. I feel like it should be more obtainable than a random chance off of, oh, I didn't get the island I needed to get the certain mobs to get that piece, well I guess I'm screwed.
Yeah, I agree. Chris?
I think there should be like a built-in system where the longer you go without getting that certain piece, the more likely to get it to a point where you actually get it. Because some things are just like...
So like the bad luck protection with the Legion legendaries.
How about you, Fred? Do you have anything to suggest for that?
I was just going to suggest the Legion thing where after you didn't get a legendary drop for so long...
Yes! Battle BLP? Yeah, that would be a good idea for Island Expeditions. I'd like to see that. Alright, let's get on.
I'm just getting... Oh.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I was just saying that because I'm getting pretty frustrated because, like, farming the plate set, if you don't get an Island Expedition with any Murlocs, you're just screwed.
Exactly. Alright, let's move on to Worgen and Goblin updated models. Now, this is my suggestion. This is what I suggested. So, basically, to cut it short, Blizzard, it's been freaking... How many expansions since you said you're going to work on Goblin and Worgens? I believe in Mop you said you're going to work on it. So,
they do an update
dude, they need freaking updates. We're tired of the Worgen helmets looking like complete garbage on a Worgen. Like, straight up. Me and Fred play a Worgen. So
yeah, my Worgen,
it looks like shit.
Like no matter what it's your headpiece to fit in any mob set, it don't work. It's like you can't make a Worgen look good in any kind of mob. Just give.
It looks like you got a big. It looks like you got a big phallus on your freaking head with some of the helmets. So, yeah.
Well, just Worgens in general, like they just look bad. Like, no offense to you Worgen people, they look bad.
Yeah,
I mean, even if you transfer back into human form, your set doesn't seem to pop like it does on other characters.
Agreed. You know what I would like to see from the Worgen updated models? I would like to see straight back Worgen. I think it's about damn time we see that. I really
want
that.
The fact that they're all hunchbacks is really annoying.
Alright, moving on.
Actually, I got one
Greymane.
thing to add to that.
Oh, go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
Half transformations for Worgen, where they have the arms and the legs of a Worgen, but they give it chest and head. That way, it fixes the transmog issue because the helmet will fit, but now the gloves may not
hybrid.
fit so well.
So a hybrid Worgen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Okay.
That would be neat, but I feel like that'd be difficult to code.
Speaking
Not
of
really.
Worgen, I want to get on to the Greymane Cinematic. Okay, so the Greymane Cinematic, it hasn't been out yet. Warbringers for the Greymane Cinematic. Now there's rumors going around that it's coming out, and there's rumors going around that it's not going to come out at all. What do you guys feel about this?
I feel like it might come out due to the fact that a lot of people are now interested in Greymane's lore, considering he's a big part of the story in Cultiers.
Yeah.
Especially his relationship with Catherine Proudmoore and helping her see kind of what he already knows.
Yeah. I feel you there. Chris?
Yeah, I actually kind of think it would be cool to see what it is and all, because at first he was okay, like, Cataclysm, but as the expansions were going, it became more and more in-depth, and it makes you wonder what makes him tick.
What about you, Fred?
I'm just going back on something that's already been said. I mean, I'm kind of surprised they haven't done it yet, considering how important of a character he is.
Yeah, I agree.
Or they haven't done something to that effect.
Now, here's the big one. Go ahead, Griff.
Well, not only that, but he also got a pretty big spotlight in Stormheim in Legion.
Yeah. Alright, here's the big one. Everybody knows it's coming. We were teased about it last BlizzCon. It was a Wowhead update. Or was it last BlizzCon? I can't remember. So basically, Queen of Azshara is going to be a boss in World of Warcraft. Okay, so how do you guys feel that Nazjatar is going to come into play in the expansion? Now, the way I feel about it is it's going to rise up out of the ocean near the Shrine of the Storm. It's going to be right where Hope's End Island is and Stormsong Valley is. So, right where, in between Hope's End Island and Stormsong Valley, you guys did the Pride of Cultiers questline. You know what I'm talking about, the island. So
That's Fate's End, but yeah.
Fate's End, sorry. Yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts about Nazjatar and what it's going to be like?
So I have a really neat thought, and I really hope Blizzard does this. Lady Vosh, back in BC, originally allied herself with Illidan before going nuts and trying to drain Zangarmarsh. I feel like if Queen Azshara does rise up with her whole host of Old God and Naga forces, I feel like those forces, the remains of Lady Vosh's forces, are going to join with us if we go with the End Fighter.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you remember when you leveled a Demon Hunter, there was actually Naga that was on our side. So that's kind of interesting to me. Like what is that?
Because they were the remnants to an extent of Lady Vosh's army.
Ah, okay. So Lady Vosh is basically against Queen Azshara. I never knew that. I learned something new today.
Well, she was a Naga who allied herself and her people with Illidan.
Chris, do you have anything to add on that?
I have a feeling that when they do introduce her, she's gonna be the responsible for letting the Void in, all the old gods and whatnot. Because it seems like they keep saying, "Hey, the old gods are here," but don't say anything about it.
Well, Queen Azshara was corrupted by N'Zoth a long, long time ago, like after the Well of Eternity imploded.
Now, let me ask you guys a question here. Okay, so the majority of people here, how do you feel Nazjatar's going to come out? Is we going to go down to it, or is it going to rise up out of the ocean? What do you think?
Rise up.
So it's going to be like the Cthulhu mythos, and be like the city of R'lyeh, and rise up out of the ocean, basically, is what you're saying.
Well, either that, or
I feel like it's going to rise. I feel like it's going to rise out of the Maelstrom, actually.
Yeah, me too. That's where I think it is.
Because that's where N'Zoth's prison is. It's in the Maelstrom.
Yes. So
like Yogg-Saron was in Northrend, Y'Shaarj was in Pandaria, Cthulhu was in Kalimdor,
Yeah.
And then the Zoth was in the Maelstrom.
Yeah. Fred, how do you feel about that?
I feel like you guys covered all possible options on that subject.
Sorry, guys. Fred's is still new to WoW, so he's
came
been
in
in mock.
Pandaria, so some of that Burning Crusade stuff and some of the theory craft you threw around was a little advanced for me. But like I said, from what I heard and what I do know, yeah, you guys pretty much covered all the bases on it.
So that's basically the 10 that we wanted to talk about. Now we have a few honorable mentions here. Okay, so one of my honorable mentions is basically the elite sets from PvP from past expansions. I would like to see them in the game to be obtainable by players. I mean, it's about damn time that players be able to look like people that were rank 1s in BC, that were rank 1s in Wrath, that were rank 1s in Kata, and in all expansions. Like, I mean, it's not fair to new people that play the game that they can't get these sets anymore. Like, I don't feel like that's fair to people. I mean, not everyone is a rank 1 gladiator, or not everyone is a rank 1 duelist. You know,
not to interrupt you, but at the same time, you know, because maybe they weren't born early enough to play it, but at the same time, that takes away from its unique.
True, it does to go along with your argument. Yes, it does. But at the same time, like, I feel if they did this and brought the elite sets back for players to get for transmog, they should also bring back the gold challenge modes to be obtainable again, as long as and as well as the Naxxramas mounts that got removed. Anything that's been removed the game should be brought back.
Like it would do with time walking dungeons, it would scale your gear back and allow you to go back and obtain it.
Yes.
At whatever theory item level you could do it at. Yeah.
Oh God, I would love
implemented that. As long as they
challenge mode
just
stuff
as
to be
hard now as it was back then, I agree with that 100%.
Absolutely. I mean,
the challenge mode stuff looks really, really cool.
Oh, DK challenge mode is one of the best. So yeah.
I haven't seen the one-handers with shields, but I know the two-handers look.
Paladin is really good too.
Oh, dude, in Mist of Pandaria, when you got the challenge mode set, you were primo. You were cream of the crop. You rocked that.
You were a badass for sure.
It didn't matter what it was. It didn't look very good. You rocked the shit out of that until
poor Fred here. He was one away from gold.
I missed one. I had silver on it.
Oh.
Yeah. But
no, you didn't get silver.
I was there.
You didn't even do it at all. So you missed the mounts too.
Sure I got silver.
Nah, because you didn't get the phoenixes. I looked. Anyways, the next subject in our honorable mentions is the cross servers for Classic into live servers. So basically what I'm looking for here is I want to see Classic servers interlope with live servers and basically bring to the table the old mounts for live servers. I want it to be the same account basically, because Blizzard has already said that if you own a World of Warcraft subscription already, Classic will be free for you monthly. So I don't know, or $5 a month or something. I can't remember.
I feel like that's going to be dangerous. That if they do that, they're treading on very dangerous ground.
Yeah, I mean that's you're kind of pushing limits.
Especially if they do like with the old armor sets. Like if you pick up the entire, say, Judgment tier on your Classic account, if that transfers over to your live account, I feel like the problem with ninja looting is just going to skyrocket on Classic servers.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad if they do personal loot like they do now. It solves the issue of that. People.
Right.
We're almost out of time here, guys. This is our last subject.
I want to see.
You want? Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
I want to see gladiator mounts being able to obtainable.
Okay.
And it's not gonna be like, oh, easy, pay 20 gold. No, you have to work for it. They'll be vicious saddles, so they're not gonna be exactly given out. You have to actually earn them. And if any of those people's like, oh, it's not fair, I'm like, you need to earn. I'm like, come on, how often do you actually get on that mount? Honestly,
if Blizzard did that, the vicious saddle system for the old gladiator mounts or old gladiator transmog, or like the elite transmog, that would be pretty badass. I would see a lot of people doing arenas, a lot of people doing RBGs and getting the vicious saddles. But make it something really hard for people to attain. Make it the upgraded version of the vicious, basically, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
So instead of 40 RBGs to win, they'd have to win 150. They have to
No,
win
not that
1,000.
high. I'm saying, since there's a lot of vicious, like, what you call gladiator mounts, make them cheaper, but, you know, like, instead of, like, 40, you need 30. Because there's a lot of seasons and a lot of mounts and all, so that's a lot to do that. You realize that how many tunes you had to do just to get one, or get all of them.
I want to. We're almost out of time. So mission table upgrades for casuals. Now, Chris, you suggested this. What was this you're getting at?
Yeah. The thing is, in Warlords, it was way too oversaturated. But in Legion, they made it just right where it's balanced, and you know, it gave good stuff and all, like, you know, some gold here and all, which is good for repairs. But they also gave, you know, rep tokens, which is helpful for people who are not human or don't have as much time to do other things. But also, when you kill enough bosses, you get a mission, and it'll say, "Go kill."
I do miss that. I missed that a lot. I missed that. How many kills will give you a box?
But they didn't keep it for some reason.
I think the reason they didn't keep it is they had a lot of complaints.
Warlords, didn't they? With the bosses?
Yes.
With the raid bosses?
Yes.
Yeah. And they brought it to Legion, which, yeah, I mean, it made it a lot more purposeful to do those follower missions, because now all it gives you, I mean, you get rep, Azurite, and gold. Which
Agreed, it's horrible.
That they should definitely have the boss kills and, you know, the loot chests for doing another boss or doing a raid boss or...
Alright, guys, we're all out of time here. Unless Griff says you gotta say something, Griff?
Well, I feel like the reason that was all taken out is because all the PvPers bitched.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always will, though.
They're always going to.
That's never going to stop. As long as you can get as good a gear in raids as you can in PvP, it's like the PvPers back when you had PvP specific sets, and you would get a guy that came into a raid in all PvP gear. He sucked. Well, maybe Blizzard make PvE gear suck in a PvP environment and wipe out that issue altogether. If you want a PvP, go back to the PvP sets. If you want a PvE, make the PvE better, and, you know, make it, or just make the PvE gear shit in PvP, and make the PvP gear shit in PvE like it was back in this pandemic. Boom, problem solved. Nobody can win.
Alright, man. We're all out of time here, guys. I hope you guys can agree on or disagree with us on some of the stuff that we have mentioned. If you do agree, or if you disagree, leave it in the comments below and let us know how you feel the way Blizzcon is going to go. Give me your top 10 for Blizzcon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys later.